good morning. Yomi here again. And what I want to talk about today is managing your emotions as a trader. There is this thing that whenever you win, you feel like you're on top of the world. You feel like, oh, I played the right game, and I won't like to do any other thing that will make me lose my account anymore, right? And that's actually the right approach to it. That's the right mindset. But there are just times that even when you're patient and you're waiting for the game to play out, but because the market dynamics has changed, you could just slip into loss. And sometimes in a day, it could be more than one loss, maybe 1, 2, 3 loss. Because partly because of your emotions, partly because of impatience and all. And how do you manage your emotions in those periods? Because if you're not careful as a trader, you don't want the thrill, you don't want the joy that comes from winning to affect your judgment, right? To think that you're invisible, and you don't want the loss to affect your mindset, right? You don't want the loss to seep into your mind so much so that you become fearful or you become greedy, right? How do you manage those emotions? Now, there is no one way to manage an emotion. Actually, there's no one way to manage it. But one thing that I will advise you that you should do is that you should look out for those things. How do you pull out of dangerous emotions, those negative thoughts, those negative emotions? How do you pull out of them? There is actually a way that everybody does that, right? There's a way that everybody pulls out of emotions like that. And for me, mine is usually studying the Word of God. Either I study the Bible or I confess the Word of God, to remind myself of the promises of God for me. Okay. Another thing is, listening to uplifting messages, uplifting music. You must break the walls. The things that depress your mind, the things that makes you to be afraid. You have to break those things down. And how do you do that? It is by just finding the things that make you happy, things that make you joyful, right? So you have to be very intentional about that, because see, let me tell you, your mindset, your mind, your confidence, your comportment, those are the foundation of successful trading. There are no two ways about it. If you can have the best strategy in the world, but if your mind is corrupt, if your mind is already affected, you can't do well, because you will be doing everything based on emotions, right? So, and also you want to think about, you just go back to the drawing board. That's another way to manage your emotions. That's the second way, that complements the first thing that I mentioned, right? You have to go back to the drawing board. Okay, back test. Okay, when I've seen this structure, okay, this means that I'm going to buy next. And you anticipate, then you manage your risk, right? You involve risk management. Don't go beyond the normal risk management. Don't say, oh, I want to make back all that I have lost with just one trade. No, it doesn't happen like that. There are times that I've had to wait for weeks and months to make back a drawdown, and largely it took that long, largely because of my emotions or because of unprofessionalism in my approach to trading. So you don't want to you don't want to get yourself riled in that kind of problem, right? So what you want to do is you want to go straight for the jugular, right? Get your mindset ready, get your mindset prepared, and rejoice in the next trades you are going to win, right? That would mean that, okay, you have to get your strategy right. You have to go back to the drawing board, back test. Okay, know the next play, right? And apportion the right risk management and execute your trade accordingly whenever the market opens. So I wish you the best, in your trading career. And as always, I'm your brother in arms. I wish you all the best. See you.